lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sim Racing Media Network. We are live here from beautiful Daytona International Speedway. It is the Racers Elite Xfinity Series, their second race of the chase, following their fantastic Atlanta run last week at the Old Atlanta. This is, again, Sim Racing Media Network. Myself, Angel Santiago, my broadcast partner here, Troy Thomas. Troy, how are we doing tonight, buddy? Rocky, hold on. Give 1 second.
Good evening, bud. Ready for some plate racing here at Daytona?
Oh, man, I'm excited as well. Yes, some plate racing at Daytona, one of the, of course, one of the most fun tracks, of course, that we get to just race at and broadcast at. And one thing these drivers are going to experience, it's a day race. A lot of times, most people put, night race for Daytona because it's nice to see under the lights. So I think this is going to be something that's a little different for the drivers here today.
Oh, yeah, Daytona is always fun. It gets hot and slick, so tires might come into play.
Yeah, they'll have I'll double check that in a second. I think I wrote down the wrong number. So before I say that, I'll just talk about the weather. 82 degrees in Daytona Beach for this race. That wasn't the actual temperature today. Don't worry. It was actually colder than that. It'll be in the 80s next week, but not right now. So,
Hmm.
50% is the humidity. That's probably about right. um, Andrew's got about that right. And 11 miles per hour is the wind right now, which, that combining that humidity, it really does make the cold effect, like, at least, the feel like temperature, they say, is where it drops it, like, even like sometimes almost 20 degrees less than what it really is because of that humidity. So, humidity, it's a pain, regardless of the time of year.
Even
um,
that wind might come and play for these drivers
well, yeah,
today
well,
they're here at the racetrack.
yeah, with the humidity in the track itself, it kind of make it a little bit slick. Track temp's 127, so it's going to be very slick with these
Yeah.
Xfinity cars. And yeah, 11 miles per hour wind, depending on what direction it's coming from. If it's going to be that eastern sea breeze, it'll be affecting them down, coming off of turn 2, really. It'll be the biggest effect.
Oh yeah, so it should be a fun race to watch.
I'm thinking about maybe 20 something, 20 to maybe 25, 24,
Maybe
25 laps of fuel,
25.
you
Yes,
think?
sir.
Uh,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'd say about that as they prepare for their evening here tonight. Again, they're finishing up qualifying here in just a moment. We mentioned their second race here in the chase. Todd Slauson starting it off fantastically last week with a victory to really set him up with a 15-point lead coming into tonight.
And that's usually unheard of starting the playoffs here with the Racers Elite, but good way to start the playoffs for Mr. Todd Slauson.
Well, started off winning two of the first 3 races. There we go. We'll say it right this time. 2 of the first 3 races of the season, second and third one back to back. And so I think that he just kind of went into relaxed mode from there, maybe. He said there was a struggle. There was just some of those races, tracks that weren't good for him. But he knew once he hit the playoffs, it'd be a very good stride for him. And coming into Daytona with a 15-point lead is nice, but man, that 15-point cushion could erase itself immediately because it is Daytona.
Yeah, you said it right. We're at Daytona, and anything could happen. You have a winner could start from the pole or start from the rear. That's why the beauty thing about plate racing, you never know who's going to win this.
We I think that's just, yeah, you mentioned that's why we love it so much. We have put up actually in our YouTube chat a brief poll for, we'll have that up maybe for good, maybe first half of the race, if anything, portion of it, of which of these drivers will finish highest tonight. That's 2nd through 5th. They are within 4 points coming into tonight's race, and it said 2nd through 5th in the standings, and it's in that order with Chris Pendle, Lee Campbell, Andrew Teft, and Truth Hoke. So 4 drivers within 4 points, 2nd through 5th. That's very close, right behind Todd Slauson there.
And then you got Dennis in 6th, who's only 22 points behind the leader of Todd Slauson. So it's still anybody's game right now in the playoffs.
It's so close, Dennis. Please don't feel like I was excluding you for any
He did it on purpose, Dennis. I know you, bud.
Oh my goodness. Well, does he still drive a Ford, or did he switch out of a Ford?
Yep. He's in the number 4 Ford still.
Okay, no, so he's still in a Ford. No, Dennis, no, I still like you. No, no, don't want to have 5 drivers. You can keep really putting drivers down the list because there's still so many of them so close to each other. Really.
Oh yeah.
But nonetheless, we'll go ahead and stop blabbing about that. We'll go ahead and talk about our qualifying order here. And Sean Merriman, he's just like Todd Slauson, one of those guys who's just very fast, and he is going to be on pole tonight with Lee Campbell on his outside, but by 1/1000th of a second. That's not the first time we've seen that here this year. Richard Odie, talk about a great run for him and Chris Pendle there. But Odie specifically a little further back there in points. Not a great race last week. Back there in 7th in points, but 3rd and 4th there for those teammates. 5th for the boss man Andrew Teth with Paul Shaw on his outside. Row number 4 is Brandon Honeycutt and Sean Dunaway. Todd Slauson, your point leader, is in row number 5 with Kirby Wainscott. And then Colin McDonough going there in 11th, makes that the top 11 within 1/100th of a second. Unbelievable.
So close.
Truth Hoke right in his outside, only 3/1000ths after. People who qualified, it was only 103 difference there. Wow.
Yeah, I mean that's nothing. That's basically a car length.
Oh, Chris, I think went to put his banner on, and I think he ended up putting. I'll hit a refresh on this paint here and see if that fixes his thing. Send him a message. But that is Chris Pendle with that all white car on the outside. And again, we see on the left-hand side on our tower there, those highlighted in blue are your playoff drivers. And we're getting ready to go green flag racing here from the Daytona International Speedway, the world center of racing. We are green flag racing here for the Races Elite Xfinity Series, their second race here of the chase.
Nice and calm at the moment. You got to feel what your car has at the very beginning of this race, but also this is the time to make moves if you can make moves.
Well, 80 laps. It's not a super short race, but it's not going to be one of those super long, super speedway races either that I feel like you get. Have some green flag pit stops at one point, just typical of the series, and in Racers Elite. And 16 drivers here tonight racing. Of course, that 222 down there, and Sala is the race control. So again, big shout out to them for their work. But yeah, Troy, it's gonna be a question of fuel mileage and just staying in the right spot at the right times tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And unlike your sister track at Talladega, where tires really don't come into play here, I believe here at Daytona, tires will be a huge advantage towards the end of the race if you have an extra set of tires in that car.
And it's just so narrow, and so it makes that much more difficult. You don't have the space that you have at Talladega, where you can be 4 wide at times. Here, it can get a little hairy sometimes, even 3 wide. You really have to. I mean, and I know this is I would say a series capable of it. They all trust each other out there, but it's why it makes that just a little bit hairy, just being a little bit tighter, closer corners here throughout the race.
Yes, especially coming off turns 2 and 4. I mean, it just narrows up so quick. And if you get into the wall, I mean, if you get close to the wall, sometimes that wall will just suck you right into it. I know it sounds crazy, but it's like a vacuum just pulls your car into the wall and you can't get it off of it.
Man, see how that sun just shines on the hood of that number 98 Racers Elite Ford. Just beautiful. As the sun, that Florida sun shines down in the 60. Getting passed by, or it's Odie.
3 wide.
Oh,
Odie's
Chris Pendle
Hold her, Odie.
sends it 3 wide on the inside. And what happened there, I can tell you exactly what it does. Oh, no, they're wrecking now.
Came down. Oh, no.
Oh,
big hit by
heavy.
Kirby, did it?
Wow. Looks like Colin made it out of there. Man, and that's exactly, I was just about to say what it is that Chris Pendle, I believe he was trying to go out there and help Richard Odie. Odie jumped, around. So this really starts with teammates trying to make a move to get some laps led.
One of Sean Dunaway's got some damage.
So I'm actually we're gonna do the despicable. We're gonna go back for just a moment though, and I'm gonna show you exactly where this starts. This happens with a good run off of turn 2 for that number 78 here. Let's get to a better. So he takes it there to the outside. Actually. Here you go. So he takes it to the outside. So he wants to get in front of the 60 here. And then the 94, is that white car blank on the inside. He wants to go inside to try to get with his teammate Odie. But the 60 is actually helping Odie. And so he goes down, I don't think maybe just realizing that he's 3 wide. And then, 94 is already in a very tight spot there. And that just kind of leads on to the rest of this issues.
He did good to holding it together with the initial contact, but then the 25 hits the wall.
That's what it was.
It comes down on the 94.
Oh, man. That's where the 0-1 of Sean Dunaway got his damage, actually.
Yes, sir.
He stayed away from everything else. And for those of you who are queasy, let's go ahead and just look away for a moment because we're going to take an onboard view here with the 10 of Kirby Wainscott. is Toyota Supra.
It happened so quick. You don't have to see. He didn't have no time to react.
He seemed fine here. Wow.
Like a top. It's like spinning a
man.
top when you was a kid. Hard hit for Kirby.
Makes me curl my toes. Just like, oh man, that just gives you something. I just think about if I was in my VR, how I would feel from a hit like that.
A total of 5 cars was involved in that incident, but it just happened so quick.
And that's Daytona. That super speedway racing that you get. It can happen just so quick and happens right at the front of the pack and takes out quite a few. And actually, every single one of those was a playoff driver. Pendle, Dunaway, Sloss. I don't know if Slauson got. Did Slauson get damaged from that?
I don't think he did. If it was, it's very minute. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I did not see that. So your points leader and a little bit of behind the 8 ball here as start this race 2 of the playoffs.
And yeah, so Dennis Kane, Wayne Scott, I'm not sure I mentioned there. Yes, all 5 of those drivers, playoff drivers involved in that.
Yep, Sean Dunaway. So
I think we should be getting ready to go green. So before we come back for this green flag, we're gonna have our quick first commercial break of the evening. We're gonna go side by side though, and I want to thank again, as always, Premier Racing Setups for joining on with us here at the Sim Racing Media Network. We'll be right back, everybody. Look at that. We got to skip through 1 and 2 there. And thank you to Premier for doing so. But no, nonetheless, we're talking about the point standings coming in. We had put up the poll here and got a couple votes here, so we still got some time before we plan. Let's see, I said probably around lap 20. I'll say we can go ahead and cut it out from there. But already, when you look at it, 3 of those drivers involved in an incident, and then Slauson, Pendle, and no, Tef was fine. Tef didn't hope that we're able to make it out.
Andrew and Truth got through it, so good. And Colin up there got through it as well, so good job on our own SRM driver, Colin.
Yeah, he might have had a pretty good onboard view, so we might have missed that. I apologize, Colin. Those are always a lot of fun to come back to. But nonetheless, getting ready to go green. We'll come back around here, complete lap 6. Will give us a total of 74 laps to go from there. iRacing.com pace car hits pit lane. They're going through the Geico restart zone. Sean Merriman, your pole sitter, he is up, getting through the gears. We are green flag racing in here from Daytona.
Lee Campbell all over the back bumper of Richard Odie as we head into 1. Good push by Lee Campbell.
Yeah, I mean, you got to show, hey, I'm a good pusher. That's going to, really stand out to these drivers later on to this race. You talk about having your friends, and you can have your friends, but you got to have people that you trust and are fast and good pushers and maybe good pushies.
Andrew all over.
Pushies, there you
Merriman.
go. Exactly, 18's got to take that.
And we ain't talked about this before, but these Ford Mustangs are a pretty good pushing car. They have that flat nose in the front, not rounded like the Camaro or the Supra, so.
Yeah, and where that makes a difference, apologize, I think I had the camera's a little too loud there. Where it talk about having that flat front nose where the Chevrolet and Toyotas don't so much. It does make a difference even here on the sim sometimes, where you just it really matters if you're just a little bit off center. it really means that with the Fords, you have just more kind of that give if you're a little bit off center compared to a Chevy or Toyota, where it might cause a wreck sooner rather than later.
Yeah, because with, like he said, the Supras and the Camaros, you've got to, if you're going to bump draft, you've got to hit them square. As is the Ford, you can offset that just a little bit.
See the 13 there. That's Brandon Honeycutt. He's kind of blinking in and out here, so that's going to be something that makes it a little bit difficult as well for some of these drivers as they try to make it through. And then let's.
Yeah.
This is when things are looking nice for Sean Merriman. He's just full throttle.
Yeah.
You see it. That's holding 79, almost 79, 50, 100 RPM.
Yeah, just riding that yellow line.
And the thing I think with these Xfinity cars that maybe I know I definitely forgot to mention is that you actually can't push all that much anymore anyways, because it really can upset the car. You've got to be just perfect. And it can only be just little tiny taps sometimes. It can be very difficult to push on a super speedway with these Xfinity cars.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They don't suck up as easy as the next gen cars do as well either. So you can't. Sometimes there's a pocket of air between you and the pusher that you just can't break through. So it's crazy how much aerodynamics come to play here on plate races here on iRacing.
That's the way you would like it, right? We have fun paying for the service. We get to enjoy this exactly.
Ooh,
we talked just about how you can't be too aggressive, and it also it's got to be. I think the Xfinity cars and bump drafting, it's definitely the most difficult to do.
It's almost up there at the Gen 4 and the ARCA cars.
Okay, well that's just next near impossible. You have to.
Amen to that.
But there's still some hope with the Xfinity cars, but it requires still. I think it requires more from that lead car than any other drafting cars.
Yes, I agree.
Because as that lead car, you can't back it up. You can't be tapping the brake as you would typically to kind of break that bubble. These cars are fast enough. They got powerful enough engines. They cut through the air well enough. You just got to let off ever so slightly to allow them to get through to you.
Yep, just drag the brake just so, like you said, just so little bit as Lee Campbell finally gives up on Richard Odie, moves down to the bottom lane here as the front five have got single file, pulling away just a little bit, but Truth Oak's going to try to help Richard Odie as we come to lap 12 here.
Well, maybe Campbell doesn't feel like, or maybe he felt like he was pushing Odie all he could, and he just wasn't moving anymore, and he felt, well, maybe let's go ahead and try somebody else and see if it's any different.
And it's just amazing how much you can help somebody else, and then you try to help another person, and you don't get the same reaction. I mean, you don't get the same feel as you help that other person.
It can be vastly different, and I love that you say that, because sometimes you can have somebody who just isn't comfortable being pushed. Whoa, there it is.
They swapping. Richard Odie and Lee Campbell just swapping lanes.
Odie said, "Oh, whoa, you left me out to hang, so I'm not gonna go ahead and push you now. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the bottom as well."
And we really ain't talked about side drafting much either, because they're not really doing a lot at this moment. And as soon as I say it, Lee Campbell gets awful close to Rob Yost's machine there in the 83.
Yeah, it's easy to do. It's easy to make a mistake when you are doing that side drafting. Oh yes, it is for Truth. But we know Truth is a pretty darn good pusher as well. You just gotta let him feel comfortable for a moment.
Oh yeah, Truth is a very good pusher. And then Honeycutt seems to have his internet issue solved as he's all over Andrew's bumper.
He said, "All right, so I'm gonna get off the get off the internet now." Cyber Monday's over.
Said the outside line is trying to prevail again.
I told you, Truth is a good pusher. Give him a moment, and he's already moving forward. And that's with the Chevrolet front end. You see kind of that 60 get upset a little bit, but it is so hard to push through that tri-oval, especially at the outside.
Oh yeah, you get loose through the tri-oval. I know it's crazy, but especially here at Daytona, I mean, the car gets so light on the end, you get fishtaily.
Nah, it's not as bad as the tri-oval at Atlanta last week. As these drivers were
Oh.
suffering. You saw that?
Oh
Oh
man.
man, that was tough for them for sure. And Todd Slauson, coming out on top of that. Now just, kind of riding back here. Oh, I love this view.
I think drivers just back here minding their P's and Q's, just, riding around as a lot of the cup drivers do nowadays, but trying to miss the big wreck if it happens.
And that's exactly what, some of these drivers want to do. But, I'm telling you, it's 80 laps. I want to go out there and I want to be leading laps, and I want to try to figure out how do I make my way through the field, because you see how dicey it gets. I want to know on fresh tires, I want to know on 10-lap old tires, and I want to know at the end of a run. You need to get every bit of information you can on these long green flag runs, because you don't know, what is that final run going to feel like, and what, you can do as a driver, at least, comfortability-wise with your car.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I'm like you. In this league, I would probably try to run up close to the front as much as I can, because they trust everybody. They're good racers. They respect each other. But when it comes down to win, you gotta make the moves and win.
Yeah, and it's also going to be important to mention where we talked about as well earlier. Friends, but teammates to be able to pit with. We're going to come to a point where we have to come, make some green flag pit stops sometime in the next probably 10 to 15 laps, give or take. Maybe
around lap 30.
Yeah, I'd say maybe 15 to 20 laps. So they do still have that caution. We did have some of them come down pit lane.
Yep, as there's Lee Campbell pulling in front of the 18 machine of Sean, but Sean's fighting back on the inside with Andrew Teft behind him.
The 18 of Sean Merriman right to the outside, cuts in front of the 60 to take that outside lane away from him. I think he just realized, hold on, wait a minute. These guys are just really, really quick up there. I got to shut the door while I can.
Yeah, that opens the door for Andrew there on the inside, being pushed by Brandon Honeycutt. I don't know if Sean went up and blocked or his car got loose or whatever, but
maybe I just have to help him up there.
Yeah, he may have, but as it stands now, Andrew Teff is our new race leader.
And it's I know it's already on the race, but what's the drought to now? 18, 19 races we said? For Teft?
20. No, wasn't it 20 some?
Oh, 20. Oh my goodness, you know what?
25.
Oh my goodness, yes, 25. And I think a great way to do it would be to kind of erase that at the World Center of Racing.
Yeah, right now it stands at 25. Or 26. I'm sorry, it's 26. It's 25. 24 at Mid-Ohio, and last week we made it 25, so.
I think, all those laps that Sean Merriman led on the inside, because the outside's a very strong, tends to be strong. If you can get a couple cars that are strong out there.
And Lee's all over his back bumper, too.
I think that
really
just shows
unsettling the car, I think.
how good of a pusher Andrew Teft was there for the 18.
Oh, yeah, Andrew's good at talk about somebody's good at plate races. Andrew's very good at these plate races and any type of car he drives here.
We talk about stats. I'm not going to mention his stats in plate races simply because I refuse to be branded the broadcaster's curse for it. But Andrew Teft is he's got the stats to back up that he's a good plate racer, and here he is. He's led the most laps in racers Xfinity series on plate races as a whole. He's looking to just continue to add to that number here.
He kind of reminds me of a Tony Stewart type driver, if that makes sense to you.
That is a great comparison right there.
I mean, just any plate race Tony was in, he was up near the front 90% of the time. And, Andrew, that's what he kind of reminds me of, is a Tony Stewart-esque racing style.
His average running position is 6 at a plate track.
His stats speak for himself,
Going into tonight's race, he had led actually through 8 races, over 100 laps. So he's at 101, but still over 100 laps on plate races, which 80 laps in a plate race is not a lot. 8 races to be able to lead, that's 10 a race. That's a great number to be able to say.
Looks like the outside line just cannot get organized like it was earlier. As there's a shot by lead Sean.
this is where it really matters, that third car in line. That third car in line has got to be able to stay right up with that second car, because when the 60, for example, in this position, has to back off ever so slightly, he's got to be able to still carry that momentum, and that third car in line helps. Whoa, the 18 comes right back down.
I think he had help that time.
Whew.
I think Lee had a little help in that matter, but
he said, I would like to have the outside again, and good for the 18 that he had the space to get down there too.
Oh yeah. Him and his Dale Jr. Busch Series Dave's AC Delco car.
Yes, it is. Nice. I mean, it's what he runs every week, but I think a fitting one here to tonight at being Daytona.
Oh yeah. Anytime you have a Daytona and Earnhardt scheme in any series, it's pretty big.
Oh wow!
Oh, here we go.
Wreck. Oh my goodness!
Oh
Chris
no!
Pendle, I just saw him shoot to the outside wall. I don't know if he uses faster repair in that first one. Hopefully not, because it's. Oh, I know. It looks like he was on pit road for a minute and a half previously, but so I have to assume he's saved.
Dennis was involved in that again.
All right, let's slow down and see what in the world happened here. Because all of a sudden I saw a car shoot to the right and just
I don't know what happened.
Wall. Let's see. Come on, let's try this time. There you go.
Ooh.
Huh.
Did Chris touch the apron a little bit there?
It almost looks like he may have touched the apron. Let's slow it down. There it is. Yeah, he touches the apron. The car gets upset. He's loose right here, trying to catch it. Oh, and it's just loose nowhere for. Oh, he gets down under the apron, and yeah, nothing that can be done there.
Oh, did he get Todd?
He saved it, but he saved it where Todd was.
Shot by Dennis. Oh, wow.
Poor Dennis. Oh my goodness. Alex Teff is gonna squeeze out. Paul Shaw won't. What about Odie? Does he? Yeah,
Odie missing.
Unless they come back down on him, but wow.
This is one place, or plate tracks in general, you do not want to get below the yellow line and hit the apron.
And that being one of your playoff drivers with multiple incidents already tonight, and he's
three of them, ain't it? Yeah, Dennis Kane, Chris Pendle, Sean Dunaway.
Yeah, Wayne Scott, Slauson, of course, involved in those previous incidents, and Odie was almost added his name to that one.
Again, just it happened so quick.
Alright, well, as these drivers get around through these next caution laps, we'll have our next here break of the evening. This, of course, brought to you by our own here, just at the Sim Racing Media Network. You can always check out some of our merchandise that we have over on the website. Check it out. We'll be right back, everybody. we are back here from the Daytona International Speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida. Just about give or take, hour drive north of me here, depending on what time you have to get onto I-4. It could be 2 hours at that point. Nonetheless, we want to thank Porsche Racers Elite Xfinity Series for allowing us to broadcast this amazing race. We are now 24. We'll be 24 laps in onto lap 25 once they do go green. As just some of the cars kind of limping back off of pit lane, getting some damage repair and maybe just topping it off with some extra fuel.
Yeah, and unfortunately for one of our playoff drivers, Dennis Kane, his night is done. Caught up in 2 accidents, just an innocent bystander, but that's how plate racing is.
That is exactly, I think it's a great way to put it. It's just how plate racing is, and that's what these drivers expect coming in here. And I think that's what I love about making it not the first race of the playoffs, but or that chase, but the second one. It's like, okay, well, if you thought you had a good first one, let's see how you managed through Daytona.
Yeah, well, Andrew's like, we'll throw a curveball. We'll go to old Atlanta, then we'll go to Daytona.
Yeah, usually it's new Atlanta. So, we usually have that. And Dennis Kane, coming in here, he was 6 in points. And he was, again, mentioning just 3 points behind Truth Hoke for that 5th position. So, Odie, Wayne Scott, Merriman, they'll be looking to make some spots up here as, getting ready to go green here again. There's all those you see drivers on the inside.
Everybody came in and topped off of fuel.
And we are green here again. Lee Campbell with a great restart, maybe too good of a restart. You see Truth Hoke is all over the back bumper of that 18, but maybe, it's not the worst thing for that 60 because there's nobody on the outside right at the moment. They're on the inside.
Yeah, now if this was start of the race or something where the lines were even, he got to have a big lead like that, he would just be a sitting duck. But like you said, to his advantage, there's only 3 cars right now on the outside, but the bottom 3 are nose to tail.
Make that 4, 5 here. So you see Chris Pendle and then Andrew Tefft up to the outside. We still have a large portion here of this race. We are not even quite a third of the way through. We're just about there. And that we have probably 4 drivers conservatively who've already used their fast repairs.
Oh, absolutely. So you can't be as aggressive driver if you've already used your fast repair in these kind of races. So that's got to be in the back of their minds as well.
Then it's not something that we typically have to talk about, but just because it's the heavy contact is you do get 4x, and it's a lot of you see that 18 was a little upset there.
Wow.
That the they do still have the incident limit, 25 is the limit, so you got to be careful. You think about a driver like Chris Pendle's got no less than 8, possibly 10.
Yeah, that's something we never talk about is the point incident limit on these things. So that could be coming to play later.
And again, as a playoff driver, that could really put you in some bad spots. In what is, of course, a fight to the end. Look at this, Matthew Jarrett. Was able to kind of stay quiet really for that first part of that run, but here he is now up to 7th, making his way up through the field, and he's got his way, to make up points wise, and so he will look up to hopefully gain a Dennis Kane because he came in about 8 points behind Kane. 30 points out from Todd Slauson, but hey, Daytona can lead to some, crazy things to really close that gap.
Yeah, because, anything, I think Todd was involved in both accidents, I think. So I know with the first one for sure, he barely missed the second one. So I'm sure he might have already used his fast repair. So he could have another. We'd have another wreck up here in the front and could end his night. So.
And then next week we head to Chicagoland, which again, knowing Andrew, it's going to be pretty hot. And I last month I did an Xfinity race here at or here at Chicagoland, and it was a pretty hot track as well. Actually, funny enough, it was 127 what the track temp was here at Daytona tonight. And if you do you recall, Troy, what I said to you the next day when you asked me how that race was?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I wasn't happy. So I feel for every single one of these drivers next week. Regarding that, because it is not going to be something easy when they're having to compete with that. But right now they're having to get through with Daytona, and it seems like everybody's just taking it a little bit more calm. Only 3 cars still on that high side as we're about lap 29 now. Some getting a little bit upset, but we said the 22 is going to play it safe. No. He takes it to the outside. He says, I need to get a lap led and get some bonus points. I need to keep stacking those.
Yeah, keep watching Lee and Sean Merriman up front. Lee keep bump drafting. Sean getting his back in a little squirrely. So got Brandon Honeycutt up there in third still. Mind his P's and Q's.
Our poll. Appreciate everyone for joining us in on that. That we did have 75% of you say for Truth Hoke, and honestly, he is not running higher than Todd at the moment, but he's just right behind him. So I'd say so far it's the right choice.
Oh, absolutely. Lee goes up top in front of Todd Slauson there.
Oh, I'm sorry. There it is. And that Lee Campbell said, no, I'm still here. I'm gonna lead these points, and that leaves again Chris Pendle, who was second in points, now in the back with the damage and no longer damage with the fast repair use, but again no fast repair, and now his people around him in points, they're all allowed to be aggressive out there and get some laps led, get some extra points, and really get a feel for their cars that unfortunately he's kind of relegated to the back and play it safe for now.
Yeah. I mean, we still got 50, a little less than 50 laps to go here, so
plenty of time.
You want at least, as long as they don't lose touch with the pack, they'll be okay.
Here for Lee Campbell, this would be his 7th plate race actually coming into tonight's race. 3 top 5s. He actually doesn't have a finish between 6th and 10th, so his 3 top 10s were all top 5s. Nice and impressive there. So he says, if I'm finishing top 10, it's going to be up front. I got to be up there. And it's Lee Campbell. He tends to be very quiet, but today he wants to be up front and running tonight.
Yeah. Lee's just quietly up there running his race. Todd behind him, so more cars are starting to venture up to the top lane.
So we went green on lap 25. So we should see them. Everybody did pit there, give or take, around lap 50-ish. Oh man, you know what? That's
close.
They can do 26. Let's see, 26 puts them. Yeah, that's gonna be really. I don't know. You might not have a choice but to put a 2-stopper. Maybe that's why some of these drivers are hanging back so much. We have some major fuel saving. That's the thing. It's if you're gonna make it work. You don't do it all in just one run. You gotta split the work out into 2 runs, and it maximizes. Oh! I thought we were wrecking for a moment.
I did too. I look like Colin's having some issues now.
Yeah. Well, the problem for Andrew is that you can't get too far back either, where you start having to use some more throttle to try to stay in the draft, and then you're kind of giving the benefit back to the guys behind you to just stay partial throttle.
Yeah. He might just suck. Yeah, like I said, he's getting on the back of Sean Dunaway at the moment, so and he's got his brother behind him, so he should be all right.
It's amazing because to be partial throttle will save as much fuel as you can, but still running that 7,900, nearly 8,000 RPM that we talked about earlier when those drivers were pretty much full throttle. So it just shows how great cutting the air, can really help save fuel in your car.
Oh yeah. Makes me want to get in there and race with them again.
Oh man, see the speed of that much. I wish we were at Montreal last night.
Ooh.
For Xfinity cars.
Ooh. How'd that go?
12 car started. I finished 11th. So.
Hey, you went last.
Oh my gosh. I probably could have gotten ninth, maybe, but it's just again. I'm telling you, everybody, I'm suffering on Tuesday, so I can learn a little bit more about these things on Wednesdays. That's only partial of the reason. I enjoy racing with my friends, but it's nice. I tell myself it's worth it for Wednesdays.
Oh yeah, just a learning experience.
Because it is so difficult. We don't have a road course, for this. It's so difficult just getting a handle and a continued feel for the car. It is just so much fun though to drive. I mean, that's probably one of the most fun times I've ever had in a stock car on a at a road course.
I think Jacob Plank would like to go back to a road course and these things.
Well, it was a very good battle, and I had to say the broadcaster, because you know how it is sometimes when you're broadcasting those road course races that they get spread out, and you don't get a ton of action. But we've seen it here where you have at least 2-3 drivers sometimes stay with each other, and that's how me, Odie, and another one of my good friend Scott, we were all three of each other basically swapping spots every single time one person passed it. We'd overshoot the next quarter and then allow somebody else to go past it.
Leapfrogging.
but that's just what I'm saying about how difficult these cars are. You feel like you finally get an edge on somebody, and then a moment later you screw up, and again you get leapfrogged by both of them, and then it's just a constant back and forth, and it's just again just shows how difficult these cars are. Granted, I give Odie credit; he gave me the bump, the old chrome horn, probably 3 or 4 times, and I was not gonna run past.
He was teasing you.
Oh no, he made sure I knew. He wanted me to he wanted me gone. But it's good for drivers like him that he talks about. Oh, got it.
That was close.
Yeah, make contact. Getting that the practice still with the same Xfinity cars racing in other leagues. Just trying to develop your skills, and that's all you can do. The more practice you do, the better you can get at it.
Oh, anytime you can race a car, get practice and learn, that's a win.
And
man, Todd is all over Lee right there, and so is Brandon all over Sean.
I just got stunned. I'm looking at 190 miles per hour just to hit, into turn 3, and Todd not trying to make it through wide, but because of what Troy was mentioning is how plugged up he was. He just needs to get some fresh air to the front of the to the nose of his Toyota Supra. It is probably very hot.
And you see him offsetting to the right a little bit. That's probably what he's doing right there, getting as he disappears on, but cooling his engine out as he offsets a little bit in the corner. So I can't believe how well these outside lines holding on. Even a couple laps ago when everybody's on the inside, these 4 cars on the outside just held their own and just held up with the leader. So kudos to them.
This is just incredible. I mean, but that's what we have. And there, sorry, the honey cut just him going sideways for a moment there, and then 39 of Colin just having his technical issues, which is odd. I thought they kind of got rid of where it blinks in and out and it has those crazy things happen, but I guess it's happening again on these servers here. It's one lap away here already from halfway, believe it or not.
Yeah, wow, already.
Caught you by surprise in that one, huh?
I am. I just so that outside line, even if it's down to 3 cars, they seem to. Who's the car pulling down on the inside? Is that Rob? Yep, that's the 83 of Rob Yost.
I have an opportunity to speak much with him.
He might just be dropping to the back.
Yeah, he said maybe looking a little racy up there, and you gotta be careful. Don't get too far back. It looks like he should be okay here. It's only 3. It looks further than it is. I just kind of looked at the gap. It's actually only 3/10. Most you'd be scared knowing if it's a second back, but 3/10 is easily doable.
Yeah.
wow, it shows just, that even from up here, how they are a lot closer than maybe what it even shows.
Oh yeah, but nothing beats better than this view right here. So
Let's hit that view from Rob Yosta from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Just kind of back here, enjoying the view of the pack in front of him. Back here in the 15th position, one of, let's see, 2, 3, 4, one of 5 non-playoff drivers here tonight.
but what's gonna be difficult, Rob, as you come down the Trovo right here, if he has a wreck in front of him, he can't see it. I mean,
No,
you can only
not at
see
all.
the car in front of you.
That's why I think I've changed my habits and mentalities. I've always used to say just run to the back, get out of the way, but I've changed it to kind of go enjoy the running in the front, because the wreck happens in front of you sometimes. Most of the time, it's hard to tell when it's happening.
Yeah, but I've seen it happen from the back. I've seen it in the middle. I've seen him racing for the lead, I reckon. So I'm at the mentality. It happens. It happens. As we're going 3 wide here into turn 3. Ooh,
Yeah,
Truth got in the wall. Todd blinked a little bit.
I think that was a mixture of the 22 needing to get some air, and I think the 60 car got a little bit upset from a little bit of a push. And you see the 55 just back off significantly. In truth, he's like, nope, not letting my playoff hopes go up in flames right there.
No, still a little early to get racy at the moment. So,
And I don't mean to say this way, but Troy, you know that there's a possibility somebody in this field forgot to uncheck their fast repair on that stop and maybe possibly wasted it.
oh yeah, yeah, that probably happens more than we think it does. So,
Well, I just bring it up because, again, if it happened, now that's one
Oh,
person
yeah.
who wasn't involved in a wreck who might not have a fast repair in that back pocket, that you would think about.
yeah, but I've seen that happen in another league I race in. I think it was one of the truck leagues. One of my teammates, he had it still checked when he went and pitted and didn't need to get damage fixed. So,
Doesn't happen to me all the time.
or I'm bad for unchecking tires by mistake.
Oh man,
And I don't know how.
I unchecked them, yeah, but then needing to check them back, and then you don't do
Yep.
it then.
I've done that. I think's my biggest mess up is
Ugh.
getting fuel but not getting tires.
Or then not getting enough fuel either. Oh man. And that's one thing that these drivers will have to be, questioning. And we mentioned that because of auto fuel. Oh, how much I hate that auto fuel.
Yep.
Because if you don't set it off, it's like if you're one of those drivers like Andrew Taft, Chris Pendle, Odie in the back right now, it's reading off of, certain lap times, and what you're going to see for what it's expected is what it thinks it needs is auto fuel is going to end up being less than what you actually need, because you're going to be pushing it, at the end of the race where you're going to be using more of that fuel.
And there's third-party software out there. Excuse me, apologize. Third-party software out there can help these racers figure out their gas mileage as well. So, and I'm sure most of them probably have that.
That's what I needed last night when I did that race at Montreal. I had never raced there, and it's one of the very few tracks I did not own, iRacing wise. I have so many of them. I had to actually buy a track yesterday. First time.
I think I've only raced in Montreal and GT3.
Oh, they're wrecking here! Oh my!
Save.
No way!
Wow!
I
He
don't
was drifting
believe
that
that.
car. There's Alex. He got it, but I think these three will lose the draft.
I lose the draft. You're alive, because I think none of them have a fast repair. Okay.
Galaxy yet again.
How did they not wreck?
Holy smoke! It looks it starts up here with Alex with Kirby. He gets loose and all the bad push or whatever, and Alex chain reaction gets into Kirby and looks like netcode there.
And the wall will help save that 94, but good job, but not. Oh, he almost overcorrected.
Yeah, wow.
That is.
Wow, what a save.
I gotta see this. Did he get a throttle?
Wow, what a save.
just, and that, I mean, that could be your playoffs right there, because again, we mentioned he does not have a fast repair, so that was just. Wayne Scott, we know he had to use his fast repair, so those two are hooked up now, and then Yost and Odie really. These two are 2.2 seconds behind this pack.
And Alex is running all by himself, but
yeah, these two will need.
Man, what a save!
They can just let up and wait for Odie and Yost. But the problem is that for these drivers is that they were hoping to try to save fuel to make it to the end. That's what they were doing back here. And that takes it away, that opportunity away from them.
Yeah, that's just. The top 10 is in the lead pack by themselves at the moment.
All the way down, Sean Merriman through Andrew Teft. We are inching closer to what will be our, not our final set of pit stops. We'll definitely have one more after this, assuming. Wow.
That car is very angry at the moment.
Well, this is probably.
I mean, that's all I can say about it.
The tires are probably as well hot. They're worn. They're not happy right now, and I'm sure that these cars are not handling well.
And if I remember, the outside usually goes through tires quicker here. I think you can save tires on the inside line here at Daytona, unlike Talladega.
I didn't know you could say. I didn't know there was a way to save tires on this track. So I thought it was just
not.
Oh my! You see?
Not as bad. How about that?
This is why I'm on the broadcast booth. Oh my gosh!
Oh, look, the side drafting.
Oh man, that is close. I love it. I love it. I was ready to go.
Ooh, pit. Oh, we got some pitters.
There it is. I was just about to say I wanted to hit our final break possibly side by side, but
lap 50.
They can't go 30 laps.
There's no way.
So that's Sean Dunaway and Andrew Tevin. So that means he must have felt like there was no way he could make it. He just hit with them.
Yep. So we got 4 takers at the moment. I wonder how long these front runners will stay out on the racetrack.
Let's see.
Oh, everybody's lining up, so that tells me right there there's some takers this lap.
Yeah, well, I mean.
Oh, they're coming in.
All of them. Yeah, you have to. There's how many? 4. There's 7 of you here. That's a great amount. Oh no, 25 contact with Matthew Jarrett.
Paul Shaw gets a little loose. I don't think it caused much damage on the 2 cars, but oh, that was close.
I highly doubt that did too bad for the 80. I think he should be all right.
Yeah.
Rob Yost stayed out.
Oh, Rob Yost is the only one on the racetrack at the moment.
And Alex Teff would also stay out.
Alex probably wanting a caution after.
We talked about them having safe fuel. I mean, caution comes out now. They're in a perfect spot because everybody would have to come back down again to top off. So
yeah, absolutely. But the bad thing is there's nobody to draft with them.
No, not
if
at all.
they was together, they wouldn't be behind the 8 ball. But as I say, that Rob Yost comes in the pit lane at the moment.
Yeah, you know what? Doesn't hurt to try. We got a 3-car group here with Andrew Teft, Sean Dunaway, and Kirby Wainscott. All those 2 drivers having pit on that lap 49. Excuse me.
What happened to Colin? He was part of that first group to come pit.
Colin, Paul Shaw, Sean Merriman, and Matthew Jarrett all 40-second holds for speeding coming down pit lane.
No. Wow, that's going to throw this race on this.
Well, that hurt Andrew Teft and these 3 because they didn't have that established group that they wanted. But then the next group was only 3 as well. They didn't stay with the rest of their drivers, so it works out somehow that they all pit on different laps, and these 6 somehow ended up out together.
Yeah, they was
that's odd.
7 in the second group, and they came out with just 3. So
you come all the way back here, it's Rob Yost along with Todd Slauson, just 2 drivers, which that'll hurt them. I mean, Todd's gonna have to wait for Rob Yost get partnered up. They're 8-9 seconds in losing time. Another 3, almost 4 seconds back. Their teammates Richard Odie and Chris Pendle back in 9th and 10th. And then you have the Speeders.
Yep. We'll call them the Denny Hamlins of the bunch.
Oh, I like them more. I like them too much to compare them to Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. My apologies.
Oh,
Pretty bad derogatory comment I made.
Well, oh my goodness, that's just too much fun. And actually, they're about to get lapped down.
Yeah, that lead pack is coming. There's 6 cars in that lead pack as Kirby Wainscott to the point at the moment.
Talk about a turn of events for Kirby Wainscott. We saw him flying into a wall at the start of this race.
He was like a top at the lap 3.
Leading some laps, and this is good,
Lap 54, got one of the best seats in the house at the moment.
Hey, when your other drivers are having, it's almost like you want to, if you're a playoff driver, you want to have your trouble early and then let the other ones have it afterwards, so that it's easier to make up for it.
Oh yeah, go ahead. It looks like Brandon Honeycutt's trying to make a pass for the lead here. He's got Andrew Teth pushed him.
And then Lee Campbell and Truth Hoke are there behind Kirby Wainscott. The third car on the inside is Sean Dunaway. So, Wainscott gonna come right back down to the inside. So,
yeah,
impressive there. For
Lee's gonna side draft Brandon there to come off 4.
Kirby needs a nice night tonight. He was 26 points out of first place coming into it, but really only 2 points behind Odie, 4 points behind Dennis Kane. So definitely an opportunity to gain on Kane. And in front of Hoka, that's going to help as well.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Dennis Kane is his teammate, so a little rivalry, I'm sure, within the team.
Wainscott himself, he's actually not. He's actually got a top 5 finish here on the plate tracks, 3 top 10s as well. So at least familiar, 3 of those 6 races on are top 10s, which I know doesn't. Oh no, Wainscott! Oh no, Andrew Teft! Oh my goodness, that's Truth Hoke. Sean Dunaway some damage. My goodness, what has happened? And
wow.
I mean, good news, everybody can make it to the end of the race after pitting here. But what in the world just happened? I was looking away. I was just talking about Kirby.
Was it contact? There wasn't no contact.
He just got.
He got loose.
This happens because. Let's jump on board, actually, because this will give you a much better idea as to what happened for him.
He just got loose, it looked like.
Back end got out from under him. Look at that. That's wow. Have you ever seen that?
He's dirt racing.
It looks like the 13 spins him. Like from your on point of view, he just turns. You would almost imagine that. That is incredible.
But he didn't touch him.
No, he
was lost it.
It was
crazy.
Jumping on board made it even more confusing. That didn't make any sense.
Oh man, into 13. And Lee Campbell got through it unscathed. Wow, that's huge.
That's a game of inches right there.
Look at that. 6 cars involved. 5 involved.
Heavy damage for all of them.
Wow.
Well, these drivers are going to hit their final pit stop, probably final pit stop, unless we have, of course, any green-white checkers to get 2 of them here. That could put that into question. So you better make sure you're doing some fuel saving and maybe come down and top off once more. Todd Slauson will stay out. He'll get the lap led in the process, but we'll go ahead and take our final break here of the evening. Pay the bills here on the Sim Racing Media Network. Troy, before I get in trouble with John. So, we're the boss man. We'll be right back, everybody. back here, ready for what will be a possible final showdown. Third caution of the evening. There we saw some incredible things happen, to say the least. I still can't wrap my head around it, Troy.
No, he just lost. It's crazy.
And you look on board, and it looked like the smoothest steering you've ever seen, and just suddenly, okay, nope, it's gonna be sideways now.
Then he's going left, turning right, so it's like he went to a dirt race.
Oh, thank you, Siri. I apologize, everybody. You think
Siri wants to get involved now.
yeah,
That's awesome.
I guess I'll appreciate it. We haven't gotten into AI just yet, everybody.
Yeah, we're testing it out.
Oh my goodness! I guess
But
even
this
on silent, Siri will still come across.
this helped out all the speeders of the bunch.
Speeding kept them out of that incident because remember they were with Andrew Teft and some of them.
Yep, you are correct.
It looks like Andrew's doing everything he can to save that fast repair.
Yeah. Prindle there and Odie and Kirby. Truth coming out. I don't think Truth used his fast repair either, so.
Oh man, oh man.
Wow, what a turn of events.
Yeah. And again, thank you everybody for joining us here so far. Please make sure if you haven't already, you like, share, subscribe, get those bell notifications running here for us on the Sim Racing Media Network. We want to make sure that you get to see all the action here that happens on the Sim Racing Media Network as we get to bring to you so many of these amazing races that are put on here by the Racers Elite series. Or series, the league as a whole, we'll just say. It's multiple series all throughout the week.
Yeah, but to get to the other series, we got to finish this race first, so.
Oh boy. Lined up side by side. It'll be lap 59 when they come across the line, when Barney gives them that green. So it'll be, let's see, quick math, 22 laps? Did I do it right? I think so. 22 laps to go. All right. Look at that. We're getting there.
You got your points leader leading the field now.
Kirby's coming back. Oh, I'll give it to Kirby. He's still out. He's still trying.
He's battling. He's getting attaboy at the moment, so.
It's a great view in front of just in front of the pace car here as we look on board right to the fields, lined up side by side, 4 or 5 rows deep, as we do still have 14 of our 16 cars that started on the lead lap. 15 of the cars are still racing. Alex Teft is the only one not on the lead lap, just 1 lap down.
Yeah, he had a little hiccup earlier too, so.
Barney the Flagman, they wait for them to the Geico restart zone. A fantastic start for Todd Slauson. Lee Campbell does a really good start with him, so it shouldn't be too bad. I think maybe just the outside, and Paul Shaw just did not get going.
No, they did not go on at all, and immediately, as soon as they passed the start-finish line, Sean Merriman moved to the inside. But now Sean moving to the outside now, trying to get around Brandon Honeycutt.
What a run here for the 18 of Sean Merriman. He is coming across.
Smokes.
He wants to lead back, and he's going to take it as they go into turn 3. Unbelievable, Sean Merriman.
Wow, is there 3 wide there a little bit deeper in the field? Richard Odie and Christopher Pendle working together. His teammates finds a hole right in front of Paul Shaw.
I was like,
what a move.
Oh, I mean, it makes that 3-wide move right there on nothing. 18, Sean Merriman, great job to get there. That'll be the power move, possibly that winning power move of the race. Yeah,
I was just worried that right there, Honeycutt coming down in front of Todd, he was going to have enough room or not. But yeah, power move of the race was Sean Merriman.
That is unreal. It's, again, I say it, 20 laps to go now. It's going to be very close. I know that they can make it on fuel, going green, but you have 1, maybe even, 2 green-white checkers, and, you think, okay, we'll just come down pit lane. It's Daytona. Well, when you get green-white checkered, it's track position is key.
Yeah, green-white checkers, everything's out the window, so it's just go, go, go.
Yeah, the odds of you winning from 12th are slim to none.
Yeah, you got, like you said, track position.
And Looks like the outside right now kind of just occupied Chris Pendle, Richard Odie. Nobody really going with them. You see the 25 just a little further back with Paul Shaw. So they kind of just need, again, you just need that third car up there to be a little bit more aggressive, a little closer. And I think Lee Campbell considered, but that was just too close.
Yeah, he didn't want to push the envelope on that one, so. Seems like the 18 and the 13's been working pretty good together all night, so. As it looks like Brandon's starting to have some issues again at the moment.
Still got 20 to go, still enough time. Dennis Kane, mentioning him, the only one out, again, lap 19, you know, early on, just involved in 2 incidents back-to-back, not of his own doing. At the very back, Alex Teff just nowhere to, you know, just be able to be full speed throughout. We'll put down the fastest lap here tonight, a 46.99.
Yep, just, you know, mind his own business.
That's incredibly quick.
Odie looks to make a move on our race leader, Sean Merriman.
He looks to the outside. He's got some help with his drafting partner, his teammate there, Chris Pendle, but that inside, Sean Merriman is just so strong on that inside as that lead car. I know we talked about Andrew Teff being behind him, but and again, I know I mentioned something about that front driver needs to do something, but he's done a great job. Odie will lead that lap, though. That's nice done, Chris.
Good job. Not many people will say they've passed Sean tonight, so it looks like Chris is going to give him a big boost in the turn 1. Here comes back the inside rows. We head down the back stretch. Looks like Odie gets a little loose.
They'll keep it together for now, and it's still early. You don't have to get too crazy, you know. Remember, you also got to keep an eye on those temps. You don't want to blow an engine and it be useless entirely for your playoff run.
Yeah, you don't want to blow an engine this late in the races.
Oh, Sean Merriman just shuts the door and just almost an accordion effect on the outside. Great job by everybody there.
I don't know if he's a little worried about Brandon's issues he's having right now or what, but
well, I would be, yeah, you know, there's no, it's not necessarily that the 13 is going to run you over, but it's just that you're worried you're not going to have that push that you need at the very end. You saw that the 78 was able to lead that lap around, and that's just that power on that outside, that momentum.
Yeah, but man, he's that front bumper Brandon Honeycutt's has got to be gone after the end of the race as much as he's been pushing Sean.
Reminds me of the days where they would they'd grease them up and they'd be all black by the end of the race.
Yeah, but what a shot by Odie!
Odie said, you're gonna cut in front of me. You better be square because I'm not lifting.
No, he wasn't. Didn't say by Sean.
Sean, I will lead the drivers who have been shoved by Odie the last 2 days. Anonymous Club. It's Odie, drive with respect, but you know, you cut in front of him, you better be ready to hold your line because he doesn't lift. He's not gonna lift for you.
No, he didn't lift.
That's all part of racing, you know. It's Sean Merriman is every bit in his right to do that, just as much as Richard Odie's every bit in his right to do so. It's just that both of them have to live with those consequences. That's the thing. You have to live with your consequences, you know, the consequences of those actions. And
maybe if that was early in the race, it would have played out differently, but you know, we're coming to 15 to go now, and it's getting pretty close to start getting racy.
If it's earlier in the race, either the 78 and or the 18 are probably both going over the radio and saying some not pleasant things to each other about some early race disrespect on track. But that's, and of course, remember, everybody, we say that just for fun. Just, you know, league having very, very great respect amongst each other. It's where we have these great, amazing races throughout the season. But at Daytona and Talladega, we just always talk about it being just another animal.
Yeah, it's just, you can't describe it like it's just an animal. Because I think these 3 cars are trying to back out of the pack a little bit because they're just getting a little racier. Too much racing for their feelings at the moment.
Oh boy,
Sean.
We got 14 to go. Is the numbers wrong on our end? No, numbers aren't wrong. We got 14 to go. It's just that these guys keep driving like it's 4 to go.
Yeah, they're ready to go now, so they ain't gonna wait till the end of the race to start getting a little more competitive and The adrenaline's flowing.
Well, I think Sean Merriman most laps led, and that helps. I don't think Sean raced last week, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he did race.
No,
Remember,
he did. No,
because
he
he
had a
got
bad
in as a
race,
drop.
sorry.
He had the provisional race.
It was Bennett that wasn't able to race last week, along with Dunaway. That's what it was.
Yeah.
As they
Oh,
come
it's gonna be
across.
close.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I don't believe it. Oh my goodness, that should have been a big one. That should have taken everyone out.
Good save.
Brandon Honeycutt. Wow.
Oh.
Kirby's like, okay, just gonna get away from everything. Be careful coming back out on track. He'll slow down significantly.
Wow, that could be bad. Good job by Honeycutt and all the drivers right there.
Man, I'm not sure which one was more incredible, that or the 94. I think 13, because the 94 maybe had a little bit of help. The 60 said, hey, Chris, remember earlier when you sent me 3 wide? I'm going 3 wide inside of you with no help.
The sucker. Oh, he's making it work.
But he's still gaining position. Unbelievable run for the 60.
What
He's going to take it away. Wow.
Oh, Andrew gets loose.
Oh, no, and contact with the
93.
94.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's going to take out a lot of playoff drivers and evenings. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
What happened? Wow.
Andrew got loose and got into Rob, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know if did Andrew get some help? Did he get to the apron a little bit?
Clear as truth, makes it 3 wide. Maybe some.
I'm trying to get a little more zoomed in here.
I don't know him and Paul Shaw touch, but
yeah, he's got a good run. He takes a run on the end 3 wide. Oh yeah, there's definitely contact there. It may not look.
Paul came down a little bit. It looked like.
And you see the bobble right there for the 98 when 25 came down, and that bobble the 98 did not have that control. And remember, guys, they're going 170, 180 in turns. It's not like it's just a simple thing.
No.
Man, oh man. And the big one. And with, coming down to 13 to go, the 98 has to take that move with a big run going in the middle, 3 wide. That's
Yeah, I mean, it just
something you do there.
No, I mean, it's time to go, so you have to go, so.
Well, you coming down and pitting? Come and get some fresh feel goods, or?
Yeah, I would.
Top 5 didn't. Well, yeah. Top. I don't. Was Todd Slauson involved in that? I don't. Oh, he's actually. I don't think he was pit stop, but.
No, Todd wasn't. Oh, Todd Slauson misses his pit.
Yeah, a couple times. But other than that, I mean, I know Chris got heavy damage. Andrew, I think he sat through and got his damage repaired previous, so I think he now has his fast repair to use.
Yeah,
Let's see, we know that Chris doesn't.
Chris doesn't have a fast repair, I don't believe.
Coming in second in points, that's that one definitely hurts. Especially the big gain he made in points last week.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. There's still time though. I mean, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
There's definitely some pretty heavy damage, but it looks. I mean, we don't know, but it looks like it's probably still at least. Oh man, the pit sign's in the way. Yeah, pretty heavy front damage. I was wondering maybe if as long as there's no engine, damage, that maybe you can at least stay in the draft.
Yeah, he's gonna have to limp it around the rest of the race.
Oh yeah, Ponchaw's got some pretty heavy damage there. McDonough. Oh, dang it, I've been doing it wrong. Sorry, Colin. McDonough. He's just having, I think, just more of his internet issues, so he's just kind of on pit lane. Top 5, that's Sean Merriman, Brandon Honeycutt, Lee Campbell, Richard Odie, and Truth Hoke. Top 5, the ones who don't pit on that one. I'm sure Kirby Wainscott would have loved for them to have done that. Would have given him an opportunity to get that waiver round. But
Yeah, but that waiver round will go to Alex Teft.
yep, he will be the lucky dog. Let's see. So that puts at the moment 12. Chris must have much heavier. He definitely had to have a meatball because he's still in his pit box going a lap down, and you don't typically want to do that especially with 10 laps to go at a plate track.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So he's hurt more than we think he is.
Oh, I'm getting word that RC called that on the 98 actually.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, I can see where it would be, considered that. It would depend.
yeah, I could see where, but it looked like the 25 came down just as Andrew was going up.
So it depends on how they police it, that they could, in the rules that, maybe the driver who initiated the 3 wide is the one who would get the EOL.
Yeah, but like you said, he had to make that route. He had to go for it.
Oh, without a doubt. No, I agree. So I think that that's fair. I can definitely see it going that way.
Yeah.
Maybe it's they think 15 laps is too early, or it's still too early. Maybe we want 10 laps to go. Who knows? To make that deal.
Well, we getting ready to be under 10 laps to go here in a second.
Yeah, we're gonna be 9 laps to go. Come on, take us away here for this one, buddy.
As we'll be coming to 9 to go here at Daytona as the iRacing pace car hits the pit lane. Sean Merriman waiting for Barney to wave the flag. Green flag's in the air. We're back racing with 9 laps to go here at Daytona.
The 18 gonna go jump right down to the bottom. The 78 Chris Odie, guess what? Out his drafting partner, out his teammate there in that 94 as well. So he's gonna have to figure something else out. That's the problem sometimes when you stay exclusively with your teammates. You no longer know who to work with, and nobody is gonna know how to work with you either.
Yep, that's right. I mean, 13 and 18, they've worked together all evening, so they've got a game plan they're going to go out to the ends. As Richard Odie's trying to get on the outside.
Oh,
I mean,
man,
look, we're coming to 8 to go. It's just, you got to go now.
Yeah, I'm just loving this. Sometimes you can just sit here and just get mesmerized. These cars just about, yeah, there they are, full speed, 185 miles per hour as they come across the line. Richard Odie would lead that lap. Now 8 laps to go here. Just like that, we're in the final 10% of the race. As Todd Slauson to the inside of Odie now.
Yeah, he better stay in front of the 18 car because that 18 bad fast.
Oh, yes, he is. Now the 78 has some help from the 80 and that number 98. 13 kind of blinking in and out. We'll have to see if that's going to affect them at any point in time. And the 18 to the outside here, going to take a line from Odie. Odie wanted to dump to the inside. And you don't see that 13 there for a moment. You almost make that choice. And Odie opens to the outside there. Wow, he wanted it.
He wanted it, but Sean's he's been on the inside for most of the race, so he's committed to the inside lane.
Yeah, Sean's
although he has Todd pushing him now.
Todd's just such a good pusher as well, though. So let's not diminish that fact. And in all reality, for Todd, if Todd himself can't win this race, his best option is to push. Merriman, because Merriman is lower than Odie in points.
Oh, no, he's not happy with pushing. He's going to look for the race lead.
I did say if, as here comes Merriman
to
the top to block. And then Honeycutt said, well, I don't have to be part of the playoffs. I'll go win a race again here.
Yeah, Honeycutt's he's a trophy chaser. So
Honeycutt's actually not got a win on a plate track in the Racers Elite Xfinity Series, hard enough as that is to believe.
Wow. Thought Sean was going to go 3 wide there on Todd there.
Only one top 5 actually for him.
Really?
Yeah.
That is hard to believe. Yep, Sean back to the outside.
Oh, man.
Oh, Lee's taking it 3 wide.
Oh, no.
Contact!
They're bouncing off each other, but they're okay. Unbelievable.
Oh, Brandon will not be happy with that one.
And Odie going to get to the inside while we're not paying attention and do some hard side drafting in the 18. He takes the lead. 18 jumps right back under him, or behind him.
Oh, Lee gets awful sideways.
Oh, 78 going to the outside. I don't know if it was by choice or not, but here comes the 18 back to the lead. 78 trying to do some side drafting. Here comes the 80 behind the 78. He had a run, decided not to do anything with it, just stay in line.
Matthew Jarrett staying behind Richard Odie there, and Lee Campbell's up to the 3rd position.
6 points out from Odie coming into this one. Now that outside kind of broke
there
apart.
goes Todd back on the
Campbell.
outside.
Man,
Followed by Lee.
This is just constant back and forth here and there. Here comes
Here's
Alex
Alex
Teff. Oh, here it is. Oh, I love it. He's out of nowhere. Lap back, and he's ready to make something happen with it.
Wow.
This is
These
amazing.
drivers are giving new meaning to go time.
4 to go here. They come across the line.
Comes that 60, the Ford Mustang on the outside. Was heading to 1, pushed by Richard Odie.
Oh, man, Odie's all over the back bumper of him. Odie's been getting pushed by that 94 most of this race. I don't know how much experience he's got pushing, but he seemed to look pretty comfortable there going into 1.
Oh. I don't know if Sean's thinking about making it 3 wide.
That's uncomfortable right there, but I think Odie's also getting shoved from the 80 and... Oh, I don't know. I think they're just going wherever the car will go at this point.
Lee up to the block, Odie, but Odie goes all the way outside. Lee comes to the inside with it.
If your friends and family are not watching this, you guys need to tell them, get on now. We have 3 to go, and this is an amazing battle. We have 10 cars under a blanket here for battling for this win.
Wow, that outside line is a little bit more organized at the moment. If you got the Teff brothers back there, which you got to watch them guys.
All 10 cars, all in contention for the win. No lap cars here in the middle of this. Brandon Honeycutt fell out of it when he got involved in, or got bumped to the side. Lee Campbell making his way back up to the front of that inside. Todd Slauson pushing him. It is a top
Andrew's going to make it 3
6
wide.
for the in the point standings. They're 3 wide.
Wait,
Odie! Oh no, they're wrecking! Oh, big one. Odie's on top of somebody.
Oh, man.
Lee Campbell and Merriman, the only ones that make it out of that, but another big one here.
Oh.
Oh,
Andrew's
he's
car.
crab walking.
Wow, Odie was on top of somebody's car.
He might have been on top of more than one car. Wow. Okay, where does this Andrew Taft? That's.
I think I've seen this play out before for Andrew tonight,
let's
unfortunately.
see. Oh, net code?
what?
Is this going to be some net code between the 22 and 98?
Yeah, it looks like Netco.
Oh,
Yeah, oh,
man. That's going to ruin what was just going to be a fantastic finish.
Dang it, Netcode.
Because the 22 is slightly up, but there's so much. Oh, my goodness. And
Yeah,
I told you, I think the 78 was on top of multiple. He may have been on top of 3 cars at once here.
top of Andrew. I think Truth was in it.
Odie, you can't park there.
Alex
Sorry,
was
buddy.
in it.
Oh, Dunaway. I mean,
Was Sean in it again, or
Sean was got heavy. He came in flying in there. He had nowhere to go.
Gosh, Netcode, come on.
But you know what? For how close they've been on tonight, we've not had a netcode issue. That's
No, yeah,
sucks that it happened there though.
yeah, such good racing.
You know,
I don't think he hit nothing.
I think he's
He
all
can
right.
check his front end out.
Yeah, let's. Do I got a rear view? I don't know. I don't have a rear view.
No.
I
Wow.
can't believe it. Now, do any of these drivers have?
How many times have we pit? 4 times or 3 times? That was our 5th caution.
5th caution. I think Odie's. Yeah, I think Odie ended up being done as well.
I don't think anybody's got tires left, do you?
Oh my goodness, I didn't. No, I think they have actually unlimited tires tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think that was an unlimited tires that was for tonight. That you don't typically think is something for Daytona, but it's helpful.
No.
This will be a green white checkered. One of 2.
But what about fuel? They all mostly picked on, well, the front 4 pitted on lap 56. That's 24 laps. Well, am I right? No.
Yeah, no.
Sean
Right.
pitted on lap 68.
Okay, Sean. So the questions are for Honeycutt, Merriman, and
Well,
Campbell.
Yeah. What?
They must feel comfortable enough.
Well,
Or they're in the lead and they said it's going to be green white checker. If I run out, I run out. I'm going for the win.
that's true. I mean, top 3's playoff drivers. What really stinks about this, it came down to net code.
I know.
I mean, that's all. Unfortunately for net code.
And I think, let's see. I'm trying to get some word here. So Odie's was done along with Colin. So Jared is still out there. He's on the lead lap. Oh, Colin's back. Colin's here. So 12 drivers. But Colin is not on the lead lap. He's a lap down. I think Jared. Oh, man. Heavy damage for him, too. But he's still on the lead lap as well, I believe.
Wow. I'm just. What a great race we had going right there, though.
Wow. That was our 5th caution here. We'll come back across here. It will be 2 to go. Mentioned green, white, checkered. One of only 2 attempts. So if we can't get one here, can't get back across to the white line, it will be 1 more attempt at it. And then from there, the next flag will end the race. So let's see who's got enough fuel. If these guys do up front, again, I have to assume that they must feel comfortable enough. And we've had cautions so they can save. You know, it's not like we haven't.
Yeah.
We've had 2 cautions since.
Yeah, they can either clutch it or go in a higher gear where you're not using as much fuel. So
you better be doing both. I want to see you in 4th gear, clutching in, and I want you on the apron everywhere we can get.
Man, this has been a great race. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, and then Odie, it would not get turned around, so it would end up being a DQ
man.
on his end. Yeah, it was the car was just dead completely. He said. All right, iRacing.com pace car hitting pit lane. We're getting ready to go green flag racing. It is gonna be a green white checkered here. Lee Campbell is the man on point. He's gonna get a start. He's gonna slow down that start a little bit. Maybe he doesn't want too big of one. As now Sean Merriman and Brandon Honeycutt there on the outside.
Yep, them the dynamic duos, I'll call him for the night.
Well, that gives
Look at that sound!
That was almost too much there, but they're going to keep it together. They're still going early enough. They're still getting up to speed, everybody.
It looks calm from this point of view at the moment. Oh, as soon as I said, on cue, Sean Dunaway moves up in front of the 18 car.
All right, there it is. It's going to be, what unbelievable Sean Dunaway. What a recovery so far. It could be, oh, contact. Truth. No, Truth didn't want to do that. Truth backed out and said, here, go back in.
That hurt the inside line, but it keeps everybody going the right way as we're on our final lap.
White flag.
Oh, Lee's getting loose into Sean Merriman.
That's a little bit of contact there. The 60 is going to, for the 55 and the 60, going to break apart that inside out contact. They save it. Oh, they're wrecking a little bit more.
Oh, shoot.
All right. It's a battle here. Can Todd Slauson catch Sean Merriman? I don't mean to just kind of get away from everybody that wrecked there, but I don't know if Alex Teff will be able to catch him. What can Todd do? He gets to the inside. Oh, no. Oh, that's going to be close. Oh, they're all wrecking here.
Who's in this?
It's going to be Rob Yost. I don't believe it. He's going to make it to the carnage. Rob Yost Jr., he's going to win the race. And Matthew Jarrett, he's going to finish second. The highest of all your playoff drivers. What a recovery. Honeycutt will limp across. And Kirby Wayne's got for fourth. What?
Oh, my word.
What happened? What a race. Oh, my goodness.
Don't know what to say. What? Wow.
I hope everybody enjoyed that one.
I hope they did as much as I did. Holy smokes. We needed to go back and look at that last caution, the whole last lap.
Okay.
Wow. We catch our breath.
And this is Rob Yost, actually, the top car on the back there. They're just...
They caught it, just a bump gone wrong, but Lee and Truth did a good job. And there's another bump, but you know, last lap, they're going straight. Oh, 18 in the 01.
Saved. Oh, there's nowhere to go for everybody.
Chain reaction, we're good.
All right. We're going to fast forward through this because we know what happens here. We're good through here. All right, we can catch up. And then we're going to get stopped.
Just
so
a
22. I'm going to jump on the nose of the 22 here.
This will be... Todd had a great run, and Sean just threw a late block.
And it's hard, you know, because 22 is, you know, the 18. It's you got to do either way. You got to do what you're gonna do because the 18 stays to his outside and just side drafts. That 43 and everybody behind him are gonna suck him up in seconds.
And then way up yonder is your race winner.
And then, before all this started, we'll show you where Matthew Jarrett is on the white flag. With damage. This is how far back he is from the field because of how damaged he is. Gonna come all the way across. Of course, that's where he just finished up around the end there, and gonna find his way around everybody. What a way to finish that. All right, let's go ahead and
hit the front of his car.
Demolished. All right, where is Rob? Is Rob in here? Oh, there he is, all the way at the bottom. Rob, this is Angel and Troy here in the SRM broadcast booth. You got us out here, buddy.
Yeah, a little winded.
I bet so, bud.
Walk us through, Rob. What an incredible finish, and you would end up in victory lane. We're gonna jump on board with you for that final lap while you walk us through it.
Well, they got together there, and I made contact, and the wheel got ripped out of my hands, and I thought it was over. I thought I was gonna go dead left, and somehow I straightened it out. I think Colin was on my right side. Alex was in front of me, and then apparently the two leaders got together, and I went where I thought they would be gone by, and me and Alex had nowhere to go. We plowed into them, and somehow the wheels are still on it. We're trucking down the road straight.
I mean, this is unreal. What a save, because that you could have easily been into the wall. We just got to that point where you were just completely that steering wheel was every which way that wasn't straight, and you're full throttle still. Never give up all the way through. Yeah, definitely nothing you can do there. You can't see anything, and you just still kept the throttle down. Unbelievable, Rob. I mean, 16 spots. You also be the biggest gainer of the race in the process. But this is unreal. Have you ever had an experience like that to finish a race?
I've had some wild things happen in iRacing, but I've been chasing one of these broadcasted wins for at least 4 years now. My brother is Blair Hallman. He wins almost every week. Troy knows all about that.
Oh yeah.
But finally get that monkey off my back. I am so jacked right now. I don't know if I'm going to go to bed.
A
Well,
win's a win, bud, ain't it?
I don't. I can tell you this much. When I got that first broadcasted win, I did not go to bed myself either. It probably took me a couple of hours. I know exactly what you mean. It took me many years for it. And it's an amazing thing to be able to be able to broadcast when you have that first opportunity. It's and people say doesn't matter. The way you did that is unbelievable. To just keep the throttle down. And I'm gonna double check here because you finished with an 8.5 second victory, which that might be one of the largest margins of victory ever at Daytona, in an oval race.
Yeah, sometimes it's better be lucky than good, I guess.
There it is. Blair's in our YouTube chat. he's
Shout
cheering
out.
you on there, giving you a shout out. Rob, go ahead. Thank anybody you'd like to thank. Give your shout outs here before we let you go. You got a whole week to go celebrate this victory.
Yeah, well, we ran Eldora a couple weeks ago, and I really wanted that win, and I ran up front most of that race, top 5, led a couple laps. I really want to get that win for my boys at Hobbs and Barley in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Chef Victor, Mason, He-Man, Izzy, everybody. It doesn't matter who they are. I appreciate them. My brother Blair, my girlfriend Heather, and everybody that supports me up and down the road. I appreciate you guys as well.
Oh boy, what a pleasure, Rob. Thank you so much. I almost didn't find you all the way down there in that in the last voice chat. So, thank you for bringing us that joy, and well, we look forward to seeing you next week at Chicagoland, hopefully.
Yeah, I do pretty well there too, but probably not an Xfinity car, but we'll see what we can do.
I said the same thing, and well, you'll listen to the broadcast. I know you'll hear what I have to say about it. So we'll see. We'll talk to you later, Rob.
All right, boys, have a good night.
Oh boy, that you love that, don't you? You just love
Absolutely.
an experience like that, getting to speak with somebody, it's just so stoked and so happy for it. Let's see. Let's go ahead and bring in Matthew Jarrett. Take us away for this one.
Matthew, this is Angel and Troy in the booth. You got us, bud?
Yeah, I got y'all.
Was there a thought in your mind that you would finish second coming to the white flag?
It's funny you say that. I was in a different Discord joking with my buddy who was watching my stream that they're all gonna wreck on the last lap, and I'm just gonna putt across for the win. I didn't get it right. I didn't get the win, but I mean, I'm not gonna complain about getting second in that situation.
Well, you got everybody wrecked on the last lap, so I mean, you was up there to running in the front most of the race. How was your car running for you for the majority of the night?
It was good. I was dealing with some network issues towards the end. I dropped back with like 9 or 8 laps ago, I think. I was worried I was about to disconnect. But the car was running great all night. I just was waiting for my time because, Daytona can be. It's a gamble. You don't know when the big wreck is going to happen.
And I mean, we had a couple big wrecks tonight, and your car don't look like it's in one piece, but man, second place is second place in this series because it's tough to even get a top 5 in this joint.
Oh yeah, this is a good league. There's a lot of good drivers in here. I've been struggling this season. It was good to finally get one, even if it is just luck to get on the podium.
I've been in this league for a while too myself, but all I can tell you is stay with it. Don't get discouraged. Just keep putting along, man. You did good. Before we let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, your friends, family? You there, Matthew?
Oh yeah, sorry.
You're fine. Is there anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go tonight, sir?
Just my wife and kids and my buddy Purcell for sitting in Discord and talking to me during the race. And Alex or Andrew and Alex and all them for putting on this great league.
All right, man. We will see you next week at Chicagoland. Enjoy this second place finish, bud.
Thank you.
And a nice jumping points there, Matthew. You're gonna jump up 3 spots, and you're actually only 3 points out from the 3-way tie for 4th. So nice.
Oh, nice.
Exactly.
Happy to hear that.
Go out there and go put some work in for Chicagoland, so you can go gain a couple more of those spots.
Yep, we'll do. Thank you.
Oh man, love it. Not always. You get to just such happiness you get out there. And Honeycutt would still finish in 3rd.
That's crazy.
Wayne Scott, I think, is the biggest one there, coming back and forth. I don't even know how he had a car at the end.
Kirby, yeah. I mean, he's up 6 spots. You got Truth. I mean, it's just. I mean, it's awesome.
Oh boy, what an amazing finish that was. I can't say I expected this one. I did not know what to expect.
No, I was brought down when the netcode incident happened, but then when
still got it
everybody's
finished.
running the end wrecks, it was wow.
And right before we go over that final order, I will let you guys know that it's a 2-way tie for 2nd and then a 3-way tie for 4th, but Todd Slauson did in fact gain 4 points on that 2nd place, so he would manage to still gain on for his points lead. So we mentioned Rob Yost, first career victory. He's very excited, happy for him. Glad that Troy, we get to be his first broadcasted one, so he'll keep our voices
absolutely.
there.
You can tell the excitement, man. That's awesome.
Matthew Jarrett there in 2nd, his first top 5 of the season. Brandon Honeycutt in 3rd, with Kirby Wainscott finishing 4th, and Truth Hoke, nice recovery for him as well, finishing in the 5th position. Truth is actually in that 2-way tie for 2nd with Lee Campbell. They both got 2 top 5s, 2 top 10s, same amount of points. That's pretty funny. And then Todd Slauson in 6th, Lee Campbell 7th, Sean Merriman in 8th after having led the most of those laps. He moves up to 8th in points himself. Sean Dunaway, up and down. I really thought that he'd have a great recovery there and somehow win this race, but he would finish in 9th. 10th place would belong to Alex Teth. Colin McDonough would still finish in 11th. Andrew Teft, 12th. Richard Odie in 13th. Chris Pendle, 14th. Paul Shaw would finish in the 15th position, and Dennis Kane would round out the field there in 16th. So, quite the finishing order we had here, Troy.
I've never seen a finish like that before. I mean, wow. Congrats to Rob. I mean, it was crazy last laps.
It's crazy last laps. We enjoyed it so much. Thank you everybody again for joining us. Before we do that, can't now at least talk about what's going on tomorrow night, Troy.
Yeah, we have the next gen for the Racers Elite at Texas, so that should be a fun little race.
Is it New Texas?
I believe so.
Yeah. I maybe it's because of how bad I am at Old Texas, but I kind of like New Texas more because I think I'm a little bit better at it. But the next gens actually, to me, drive better at the New Texas, though.
I still don't like Texas.
I'm trying to find some positives.
It's tough.
But 105 laps night race, that'll be a good one. Good view there.
Yeah.
Next Tuesday, the trucks, you guys head to Charlotte for a nice afternoon race. That'll be nice and hot and slick, probably.
Oh man, I know. I don't remember us racing during the day, so that should be a different animal in itself.
Yeah. Yeah, that should be a very big animal there. Your last mile and a half that was there today was Atlanta to start the season, so have fun. Then we ourselves here mentioned we go to Chicagoland next week for the penultimate race here in the Racers Elite Xfinity Series this season. And then next week's next gens head to Milwaukee. That'll be another tough one there. Boy. Again, thank you everybody for joining us here tonight. What just an amazing race that we were treated to. We always say that the drivers truly do put on a show and we get to talk about it, but man, a show they put on for us tonight here, even though we were almost completely disappointed with that netcode, as you mentioned there, Troy. We definitely had a redeemable finish to go with it.
Oh, absolutely redeemable finish. So
oh goodness. Well, thank you again, everybody. We hope you have a great evening. Have a safe week. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving as well. Man, we had such a good race. That's how you know good races. We didn't even talk about anything food wise for Thanksgiving.
we didn't. Wow, we did not.
Oh Oh my goodness! But hey, I hope everybody. I think by now probably your Thanksgiving leftovers are no good. So toss them out before they.
Yeah, toss them out.
Before you get sick from them. All right, everybody. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Again, as mentioned, enjoy your week. But again, make sure you check us out tomorrow night, as always, for the Racers Elite Next Gen. We'll see you all, guys. See you all. Sorry, next week.